So I'm Pastor Alexis Twito, and I am a family member. The family has asked me to come and share a few words about Peter. Peter is my brother's brother-in-law, but he has been like a brother to me for about 18 years that my brother and sister-in-law have been together. So they asked me to share something about Peter because while they are so proud of him as an officer, he's also a son, a brother. He's a son, a brother, Uncle Pete to a bunch of nieces and nephews, and he's just loved by so many. So here's what I'd like to say about Peter. Peter was the fifth of 7 children, and honestly, he has middle child written all over him. If you get to know him, Peter was always trying to be the center of attention. He was a goofball. He's always posing. He's always making silly faces anytime you see family portraits. And he was always sort of the life of the party. And he made people laugh. He liked to joke and pull pranks. He liked to make people feel good. And you couldn't be in a space with him and just not like him and not just have a good time. That's kind of what he exuded. Peter was super loyal, and he was so loving to his family. When he became a police officer, I loved that he would periodically, in the middle of the night, stop by, or at the end of his shift, stop by his parents' place, who live in his district, and check on them. And same thing with where my brother and sister-in-law were living. He'd periodically do the same, checking on them, making sure they're okay. And he was just always there. So at family, birthday parties for the kids, at sporting events, he just, he finally found this thing that he loved so much and that he was really good at. And that's the other thing I've just been really appreciating. And the family, all the family has been appreciating, is that officers and detectives and everybody we're meeting who worked with him and got to know him have said the same thing, that he was just, he's not just a great guy, he's not just a fun guy, but he was a great police officer. The family is just in so much shock. I think, when you talk to any law enforcement family or any first responder family, there's always at the back of your mind that worry about the call that you might get or the knock on the door. And so, it was everyone's worst nightmare to get those calls in the middle of the night. And we're all still in a bit of shock. I know that I certainly am. It's hard to believe that he's gone. This is a very faithful, very spiritual family. And I want to share a message of hope that we believe as people of faith that no matter what we go through, we're not alone. And we know that Peter is resting in God's hands, and because we are a people who believe in the resurrection, we are comforted by that, even as we miss him. And so that's the message.